Welcome, guys, to another weekly trading review. This is your boy Andre. Let's get right on to it. All right. So the week started red and ended up red. As you can see, it's not been the greatest month. But if you guys are in my Discord community, you know, based on the messages that I sent there, that this is just a stone in a way, and it means nothing. All right. So we got to keep on going. And I promise you that one day you'll be laughing at the times like this, because I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one, because I've been receiving so many text messages from people with the same issue, but they don't realize it's just a stage. All right, so we move on. We focus on performance and let the outcome do its thing. We cannot control it. All right. First trade was a loss. Was on a Monday. Let's see. Okay, so 4 hour was bearish, with not the best top week and not the best bottom week on the previous one too. All right, so keep that in mind. But it was still bearish. So yeah, the 1 hour was bearish too, but we had this support to the left and it was rejecting, right? It was going up from that support. 30-minute inverted celery. All right, so this 30 went down, all right, and came back up and closed above, giving us an inverted celery candle. Keep in mind that this candle went down like this. At some point, it looked like this and came all the way back up and closed like that. All right, so inverted celery on the 30 and 15 minutes fake out right here. But as you can see, there's not enough of a top wick on this 15-minute candle. So I could not take this buy right here. But then the next one closed like celery, not the best celery though, because as you know, the best celery, the top wick has to be small, right? And in that scenario, it's like this. So it's kind of a big top wick too. But if you align it with a 30-minute inverted celery too, should be okay, all right? Guess what? It wasn't. But I would take this trade again. 50-minute fake out, kind of a celery, 30-minute inverted celery, 4 hour no top wick. So yeah, it was a good trade. One thing I'm going to say is I had my stops around here, right? I had my stops initially around this, the low of this candle. But once this candle closed below, right here, at this point, this is not my trade anymore. I'm out. I closed my position right here, because this is not my trade. I wanted price to stay above that level and it closed below. I'm out. I accept the loss and I move on. And guess what? Guess what happened? I saved capital. All right, guys, this is as important as it is making money. All right, so you got to figure out a way to reduce the risk when you're involved in a trade. Figure out a way that when the trade goes against you, just accept that, okay, this is not my trade anymore, close it and move on. Don't be like, oh no, I hope it goes my way. I hope no, there's no room for hope here. If you want to hope for something, at least hope when you are in profits, right? That's what I learned in the The Best Loser Wins book, right? If you want to hope for something, hope when you are here. Oh, I hope it goes up now. Sure, put stops at break even and hope for the best. But when you are red, when you are in drawdown, don't hope. No, just be practical. It's against my trading setup. I'm out. It's not my setup anymore. I don't like it. Close early, even if it goes without you and it hits your TP randomly, because it will happen. It can happen. You just know that if you do that many times, most of them, you will save capital. All right, that's what happened here. Great trade. All right, let's move on to the second one. The second one was also a loss. So the 4 hour was bullish. Okay, we were like kind of almost tapping target right here, I would say. But yeah, we had room to go. It was bullish. The previous one gave us the back, closed bullish. The next one made the bottom wick, break the previous high, closed bullish. And now this one had no top wick right here. Okay, so it was making the low. It has no top wick. I was anticipating the top wick formation with the buys I took. All right, so I took, this is the 1 hour I took on this candle, so it was going down. The 1 hour, as you can see, kind of overextended as well. I just don't trust the 1 hour to be overextended as long as on the 15 and 30 you have some pullbacks. All right, the 1 hour can be overextended all it wants as long as if I have some kind of pullbacks on the 30 or on the 15. Okay, so yeah, it was bullish. I entered right here. Okay, so now the 30, the previous 30 closed without a bottom, right above the support I had marked. And then the next one made a low, broke the previous low, right? And started to go up. So I was anticipating the 30 to ended up looking like this, something like this, whatever. All right, so let's see the entry confirmation on the 15. Yeah, clear onion. We got to take this one. Okay, there's no way I'm not taking this one. I remember this one because price was bullish, right? The 4 hour had no top wick, which is right here. And yeah, I was anticipating the 4 hour top wick, and it went down, gave us the pullback, which was the 4 hour bottom wick. You see how it all aligns? And then we had a support formed. Support formed right here. So onion, great onion. I entered on the break of the previous highs. Now I remember this one because it made a small low up until right here, I would say. And I was willing to let it go. I don't like this bottom wick. So it made that low and then went up until here, respected the previous high. And then came back down to re-break that low, and it made a better one. So at this point, all right, I like this one. I like this one, okay? And yeah, I took a buy right here on the break of this high. My stops was here. I thought that, you know, the best stop loss would be around here. I noticed something while I was in the trade, but yeah, it is what it is. I kept my stop loss below the previous low too, because it also made sense. Like, this is a support form. Why would price break the low of that support if he wants to go up? It shouldn't, right? So that's an okay stop loss too. And it stopped me out. I think it went to TP afterwards, or at least around here or something. I don't know. Can't really remember now. But yeah, great trade, great onion on the 15. And yeah. Okay, so moving on to the third trade. What do we have here? This was a trade on New York. The 4 hour was, yeah, so it was bullish right here. The next one closed bearish like that. Not the best bearish closure, to be honest. This one went down, filled the wick to the left and started to reject and started to go up. Okay, so the 1 hour, all right, so the 1 hour, this trade, I remember this one. This looks great. 1 hour went up. All right, so the previous trade that I showed you guys, it was around here that I took, right? It was around here, but you see how price needed a pullback before it went up, and that's what it did. Okay, so price went down for the pullback from the fresh support. So now we have an onion on the 1 hour, and guess what we have afterwards? Look at this little candle right here. Okay, this is a celery. So we have a 1 hour support, 1 hour onion, with an extra confirmation of a 1 hour celery. All right, and this line right here is not a 1 hour area. It's a 50-minute resistance. Okay, I'm going to show you. So the 1 hour looks amazing. Moving on to the 30. The 30 was the tricky one because it had a resistance right here, and it was consolidating. But the one thing is, I'm going to say, is like it broke all these highs to the left, right here. All these highs. Now the next target is this week's right here. Okay, and yeah, this 30 tapped that support again and started to break the previous highs to the left. Now look at the 15. This is the 15. This is a pre-New York trade. Yeah, this is 1 hour before, like, I don't know, 45 minutes before New York open. Look at this 15. 15 tap into that area again, right? Retested that support, and then went up and closed above resistance with a back runner right here, right? So back runner right there, closed above, and I entered on the break of these highs right here. My partials was on a yellow line, right? I recognize that there's a resistance right here, a small one. Yes, obviously I can see that. I just trusted that the volume would at least, you know, fill one of these wicks. Right, so I put my partials on a closer one. That's it. So I close my partials here, and moved my stops to break even, and I got full TP right here on this wick. All right, and this is the 4-hour top wick that I wanted to make on the previous one. Okay, so great trade. I liked every single little thing here, except the 30. It could have been better, but you know, also breaking the highs to the left. Yeah, and the 15 and the 1 hour looked amazing. I had to take it. Great trade. Okay, moving on to the 4th trade. I took 5 this week. Damn. All right, so the 4-hour was bullish. Right, so the 4-hour was this one that I took the trade on. And yeah, the same 4-hour though. So at this point, like, price went up so badly that at this point we're bullish. All right, guys. I don't care if the previous one closed bearish like that. We're bullish. Look at the 4-hour. Maybe it was aligning with the daily too. So yeah, we were bullish. Let's see. Yeah, that's the 1 hour. The 1 hour gave us this. We had this resistance right here, which the 1 hour was. I think it broke a little bit. So yeah, with a wick to fill basically. So the 1 hour was bullish. The 30 minutes closed like celery. Okay, the 30 minute closed like a celery candle right here. This was a break-even trade, by the way. And yeah, so we had this wick to fill to the left. 30 closed bullish above this resistance, and they made a low and broke the previous high. Yeah, I was expecting the wick fill. And the 50 minutes, got it. So the 50 minute closed onion. This was 9:30 Eastern. So we know there's a lot of volume there. We have an onion on the 15. It made a low and broke the previous high right there. My target was, my partials was like this resistance right here to the left. And I was expecting price to go and fill the wick to the left right here. Obviously, like this was a tough trade for me, right? We spent some time in consolidation. And this move right here, this green candle almost tapped my target, as you can see. Almost tapped my target, but it didn't and started to reject again. At that point, I'm like, yo, I might get out at break even, not gonna lie. So what happened was, well, if I had the chance, obviously. So what happened was now it went up right here at break even. I didn't close because it was right about to close right there. I wanted to see how this one opened. It went down. It made a lower wick, great, and started to go up. And it broke this high. Look at this, price broke this high to the left, but it didn't hit my partials. It just got even closer, but it didn't. I was like, yo, I'm moving to break even at this point. I don't care if it goes up because, you know, it's almost tapping my partials, but it's rejecting for the second time. I don't want to be caught up in a move like this. All right, so I got out at break even right here. I moved my stops to break even. I let it go, and it almost hit my partials for like 2 or 3 pips and rejected, stopped me out at break even, and then went back up until here. All right, it is what it is. I accepted the outcome, and we move on. All right, we move on. I made the choice to, you know, for me it made sense. If price is rejecting that same level the second time, I am moving my stops to break even. All right, I don't care, and that's what happened. Great trade. Not the best, you know, not the best, you know. I was not in a best emotional state, let's say, because, you know, it doesn't matter the level you are. Like, if you spend that much time in drawdown, it can be heavier, right? So yeah, but I didn't let it affect my decisions. I'm just being honest and transparent that yeah, it's tough when you spend 2 hours in drawdown. Like, at least playing trading our playbook, okay? All right, and the last one, it was on a Wednesday. It was a buy. Let's check it out. Okay, so, all right, the 4-hour made the low and respected the previous lows, though, and started to go up. All right, and I entered here to anticipate. Yeah, by the way, the 4-hour had no top wick, so I was anticipating the 4-hour top wick and the continuation to test that area. Okay, so I entered here. The 1 hour. Where is it? All right, the 1 hour was bearish, not the bearish closure, not the best closure. I mean, we had this area right here, which the previous one closed above, and the next one didn't have the best top wick. All right, so I had that in mind. The 30 minutes, yeah, the 30 minute was bearish. All right? But above this area too. And it made a wick, started to reject again, and tapped me in. It was a 50-minute entry, okay? Okay, as you can see, that's the 50-minute onion fake out. I liked the entry right here, but it didn't break the previous highs. I mean, it broke the previous highs on the last 5 minutes of the candle. So I have that rule that if I'm entering on the 15 minutes and the last 5 minutes, if I hadn't, been activated, I just delete my stop. So I did. I waited for the celery, and that's exactly what happened. I had the celery candle. I waited for this to wick down, tap into that area, and broke the previous highs. I got in, and it nipped me there and went straight down. Again, guys, this is another example how risk management can help you. My stops were below this area. My stops were below right here. It was not on the previous low here, but because I thought, below the support was enough. But once we had that closure right here, once this candle closed below, at this point, it's not my setup. I move on, I close. It was a small loss. I was risking 480, 460 something, and I lost 180. Yeah. So as you can see, like, risk management can really save you from losing a lot of capital. All right. It's not only about winners, it's about reducing the losses if you can, if possible. So if it had wick there, I don't care. I'm not touching the trade. It's only when it closes that I do something, and then I did. Once it closed, it was an onion for the bearish side. I'm out. All right, so I closed my position right there and took a small loss. Great trade, it aligned, and as you can see, it went up. It went up, but it just needed a little liquidity grab. And look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour did exactly what I planned, but just not with me in it, because it took me out. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen sometimes, and we got to be okay with it. The market is not out there to get us. The market will do what the market will do. All right. It's up to you if you want to join it or not. And if you do want to join it and do join them, just make sure that you accept the outcome of it going against you, right? Because what is the market? The market is people. The market is people behavior. You cannot predict people behavior. All right. You have buyers and you have sellers. And if you want in a buy and you take a loss on that buy, it's because there were more sellers than buyers at that specific time. That's it. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. And I'll see you on Monday. Any questions you might have, just write down on the comments. And or you can, send me an Instagram message or something. And I'll be glad to help you guys. All right. Love you all. Thank you so much.